This is Good Morning Suncoast. We're here for you.
Good Friday morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us. I'm Jacqueline Matter.
I'm Ray Collins. It is an orange day, it turns out.
I was going to say, aren't you glad it's Friday?
Oh,
get it?
clever. Yeah, sadly, I do get it. And let's not delay John Scalzi's reaction to that last joke.
Oh,
Exactly.
What
Yes.
can you say? I didn't get to see Jacqueline come in today, but I know yesterday she said it was cold outside, so I'm
Yeah.
wondering if you would like it. Mucklucks and parkas this morning?
I do have my Ugg boots. I do have my Ugg boots ready for just in case.
Not surprised, not surprised. Yeah, it's chilly out there by any stretch of the imagination, by any measure. It's actually colder than we would average temperatures see at this time of morning, which we haven't seen much of this winter, but we're currently running around 4 or 5 degrees below the averages. We're looking at 47 degrees in Sarasota at the temperature station down by the airport. That's pretty impressive, 47 degrees. We have 43 degrees in Mayaca, 40 in Arcadia, and I bet when Becky in Mayaca phones in, I'll probably be able to hear her teeth chattering. We're looking at some very sunny weather today, though, and once the sun breaks and we get some warming going on, it's going to be a very lovely day indeed. These temperatures will warm pretty quickly and will be actually a little bit warmer than we ended up the day yesterday. So some lovely weather coming up for us. We have a chance of rain over the weekend. We'll talk about the timing of those storms coming up in a few. Back to you guys.
All right, talk to you soon. Thank you, John. Checking traffic, if there is any at this point of the day. Just to look at the roads right now in Manatee County. Already a bit of a slowdown there on State Road 70 in the westbound lane east of 301. Otherwise, no problems. Heading into Sarasota County, nothing too much, although it looks like a little slowdown already on 41 South, not too far from Clark Road. Let's show you a live picture right now of Bee Ridge Road. Yeah, this is funny. We show you these intersections that are among the busiest during the day. At this point, there is nothing going on, but I will tell you, is that 41 in Bee Ridge? I'm trying to get...
Yeah, you know, actually, it's
Shade.
Shade Avenue. There's a lot of construction when I come up 41 from South Sarasota, and the construction, I don't know what they're working on specifically out there. It looks like some sort of pipe, but pretty busy.
Yeah.
There are lots of construction workers out there, so keep an eye on
Lots of construction on Bee Ridge, all the way out to the interstate.
Right.
So we'll show you that progress tomorrow. That's at Shade and Bee Ridge, by the way. And one last shot at the maps in South County as we dip down toward Venice and Nokomis and Osprey. Nothing to report right now as you wake up at 5:03 on this chilly Friday morning.
Well, topping our news this morning, as the drug epidemic continues to plague our nation, those in Manatee County are doing everything they can to stop it.
Yeah, Manatee County has among the worst overdose rates in the state. As our Rick Adams tells us, a workshop was set for this morning to teach people how to use the anti-overdose drug called Narcan.
Naloxone, also known as Narcan, can be the difference between life and death. An intimate crowd took in lots of valuable information Thursday night in Bradenton that will help save some lives from drug overdoses, including heroin.
We're really just trying to increase access to naloxone, make people aware of this medication, that it's available. There shouldn't be any shame or stigma in gaining access to it.
Mueller, who trains folks all across the state of Florida through the Department of Children and Families, says naloxone is working and saving more and more lives. The medication can reverse the effects of an overdose. Raul Hernandez is a youth and family pastor at West Bradenton Baptist Church. He tells us he's happy to see that naloxone is available, especially since drugs are a huge problem right in the Bradenton community.
Some of our students have been affected by the heroin use as far as family members. We had one parent who actually overdosed and passed away.
Stories like that are more common than they should be, and that's what has led Drug Free Manatee and many other organizations to take a proactive approach in the fight against drugs and overdoses.
We have the highest rate of overdose of any other county in Florida. We are working on it with several of our partners, including law enforcement and healthcare providers.
Naloxone is now available without a prescription at stores such as CVS and Walgreens. In Bradenton, I'm Rick Adams, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
Well, today's training session is also being held at the downtown Bradenton Library. That starts at 10 o'clock this morning.
And also across the Suncoast this weekend, a fight against drunk driving taking a top priority. The Florida Highway Patrol holding a DUI operation from 9 p.m. on Saturday to 5 a.m. on Sunday in Sarasota and Manatee counties. It'll focus on I-75 and also major state and county roads. Florida law considers a driver with a .08 or higher blood alcohol level to be impaired. If you need to report a driver or require roadside assistance, here's how you do it. Star FHP or star 347 on your cell phone.
And now to a follow-up this morning on a murder case in Charlotte County. David McManus, the second suspect in the murder of Tara Sidorovich, has now been found guilty. That 19-year-old woman was killed back in 2001. The first suspect, Philip Barr, was convicted of first-degree murder in a jury trial in 2015. At the time of Sidorovich's disappearance, Barr owned a septic service business and McManus was an employee. The two visited her home in Punta Gorda on the same day she vanished. Sidorovich's remains were found nearly a year later off Burnt Store Road.
A funeral is set for Sunday for the Northport teacher who shot herself last weekend. Holly Fisher taught at Heron Creek Middle School. Police say Fisher shot her husband and then turned the gun on herself. Her husband is recovering and says it was an accident. Sunday's service is at South Biscayne Church at 3 p.m.
Well, throughout the Suncoast and across the country, you may have seen the economy feeling the effects of a nationwide protest calling immigrants to stay home for a day.
Some businesses shut down or were shorthanded. Some say it illustrates the immigrant impact in our economy.
We're just letting everybody know we're people here that just want to work hard and get a better life for our kids, our family.
A Day Without Immigrants was designed to be a show of solidarity for immigration. All through peaceful protest, several immigrant-owned businesses throughout the Suncoast closed their doors, and that includes an auto accessories company in Bradenton.
Those 20 years would not be possible without the help of the Hispanic community as well as the American community.
Now, protesters are calling out Donald Trump on his policies on immigration. Meanwhile, Trump supporters are standing up for the president. Those who disagree with the movement say they believe participants have been misguided about the president's goals, which focus on illegal immigration.
Donald Trump's pretty clear on what he's doing in his policies. It's America first. It's not anti-immigration, it's anti-illegal immigration. These are lawbreakers.
According to the U.S. Census Bureau, more than 100,000 immigrants live in Sarasota and Manatee counties. Still, businesses in the area say they have noticed a decline in immigrant customers, stating they have been told that many immigrants are now afraid to leave their homes, with immigration enforcement agents cracking down across the country. Well, this morning, an art center in Longboat Key is closing its doors to make way for a new housing development. The Longboat Key Center for the Arts announcing it will close in May to be bought out by a private developer who plans to build new single-family homes in its place. This information coming straight from a letter by the president of the Ringling College of Art and Design, Dr. Larry Thompson. Now plans for a new art center are underway as the college and the town of Longboat Key are collaborating to plan a new arts facility, though little details have been set in stone.
An update now on a sewage facility that's over 10 years in the making and tens of millions of dollars over budget. The city of Sarasota is phasing out Lift Station 7 near Bay Vista and Orange and building at Lift Station 87 near Mound and Osprey, but it has not been easy. The original engineer backed out and lawsuits were filed in both directions. The city had to remove the original equipment, but now they say they're about a third of the way toward completion.
No question in our mind that we would be here. We've tried to account for all the possible points of concern.
The project should be complete in the end of the year 2020. Nature lovers on the Suncoast can now enjoy a new multi-use trail at Heritage Park in Venice. Those involved cut the ribbon to open the trail yesterday. There they go. Crews widened the original trail, made it handicap accessible, and also added new lights as well. The newly paved path is actually made of, wait for it, recycled tires.
This is really soft to walk on, and we're hoping they're going to put some flowers around now. We'll see. Maybe they spent all their money, I don't know.
The trail was finished on Tuesday.
Well, kicking off tonight, a new exhibit celebrating Florida's Archaeology Month. The Florida Lost Tribes exhibit is being displayed as part of Sarasota County's Historical Resources Department to shine light on the county's rich archaeological history. It features works of art by artist Theodore Morris and also offers a chance to learn more about Native American lifestyles. That starts at 6 tonight at the Chidsey Building on North Tamiami Trail, but you do have to call the county to make a reservation. Kids also coming together today for a friendship walk in Bradenton. The fundraiser at Bashaw Elementary School is aimed at fighting back against bullying and student loneliness. Funds raised will go toward buying new wheelchair-accessible picnic tables, as well as buddy benches that promote student interaction.
Sarasota may soon see more events featuring shelter animals after a successful date with a shelter dog this past week. For the first time ever, the Sheriff's Office Animal Services hosted the event at Oscar Shearer State Park. Staff brought some of their shelter dogs out to play in the park. The public came out to see the dogs, and some may have taken a dog home as well.
The Humane Society, all the other shelters, they seem to get a little bit more attention because they hear County Sheriff, Animal Services, and they think pound dogs. So we wanted to make sure to get those dogs out here, get them some attention too.
The Sheriff's Office hopes to have more shelter dog events like this one in the future. Good idea.
We'll take a listen to this cute story next. Don't be surprised this morning if you happen to see some teddy bears accompanying officers here on the Suncoast.
Sarasota police are receiving 700 new bears today. The Tiny Hands Foundation of Sarasota and Manatee counties are giving the teddy bears to ride along with police officers. They plan to give them out to comfort children that the officers encounter who might be in distress. This is an annual event for the nonprofit called Tiny Hands, but this year it's bigger than ever. An event is taking place today with the police chief at headquarters this afternoon. Great idea, because so often officers encounter kids who are in big time distress, and those teddy bears can make a huge difference.
Definitely, I completely agree. What a wonderful opportunity for them to do some community policing as well.
Whatever you can do, whatever you can do. We have some beautiful weather shaping up for us for today and at least half the weekend. That's half's better than none, right? It's better than none.
Which half? Which half?
Huh? No. We'll tell you that in just a minute.
Well, still ahead, efforts to help foster kids here on the Suncoast are increasing, and we'll tell you where you can join in on that action.
And later in the hour, concern over potential new laws involving abortion. That's coming up.
What does it mean when New South Window says Factory Direct?
It means we have a factory.
It means we eliminate the middleman.
It means you get an award-winning, energy-efficient window at factory direct prices.
Plus, New South windows are made in Florida.
Port Florida Home.
By Florida workers.
Because we know Florida weather.
Right now, buy 2 windows, get the 3rd free, plus our lifetime warranty. New South Window. We manufacture, we install, we guarantee. Call now.
If you've ever had a bad night's sleep, call and price the new Craftmatic Legacy. It has so much more than other adjustables and still costs up to 50% less. Featuring a rising adjustable pillow rest to support your head, neck, and shoulders, bedside power plugs, under-bed night lights, and more. So call and price one today for less. Up to 50% less than Tempur-Pedic, Sleep Number, and other adjustables.
You get so much more and it still costs less. You gotta see how little they cost.
Call 1-800-774-8103. That's 1-800-774-8103. Call now.
Go ahead. Make a fashion statement. Demand something more than just ordinary. Capture elegance in every turn and drive with flair. Where beautiful styling is standard. Stop in and take a test drive. I'll guarantee you'll never go back to plain vanilla again. The all-new 2017 Fiat 500, starting at $14,999. Only at Sunset Fiat in Sarasota.
There's a whole new way to bank at Achieva Credit Union with Achieva Checking Plus. Get new unique features like full ID theft protection and online shopping rewards. Plus, it's an interest-bearing account, so you have a little extra for what really matters. Achieva Checking Plus isn't just an account for your money, it's for your life, including cell phone insurance. And that's good to know. Discover the plus at achievacu.com. Achieva, banking for good. Achieva Credit Union is federally insured by the NCUA.
Join us for Sarasota Opera's 2017 Winter Festival, opening February 11th. Featuring Puccini's most famous opera, Madame Butterfly, Rossini's delightful comedy, The Italian Girl in Algiers, Poulenc's heartbreaking Dialogues of the Carmelites, and the medieval thriller The Love of Three Kings by Italo Montemezzi. Tickets are on sale now. Call 941-328-1300 or visit sarasotaopera.org.
Now, the official Suncoast weather with ABC7 meteorologist John Scalzi.
Yeah, no doubt about it. It's cool out there. 47 degrees with a dew point of 44. That's very dry air in place and a comfortable amount of moisture, but still not so much that it feels in any way, shape, or form humid outside. So a gorgeous start to the day. Now, that's a little bit cooler than our average temperature for this time of morning at this time of year, but we will warm nicely as dry air tends to do that. It cools off quickly, it warms up quickly. So with the sunshine coming our way under fairly clear skies this morning, in fact, not even fairly clear skies, they're clear skies out there this morning, we will warm. And the winds are relatively light compared to where they were yesterday, east-northeast at about 3, so that too will lend itself to warming things up nicely. 46 degrees Wauchula, 47 degrees in Parrish, 47 in Bradenton, 49 Lakewood Ranch, 46 degrees in Mayaca, 49 in Northport, 53 Venice, Inglewood, 56 Longboat Key. A little warmer right along the immediate coastline, of course, because of the effect of the waters. So red tide, an issue once again. We have various locations where Mote Marine spotters have, as of their latest report, indicated moderate amounts of irritant in the air, leading to coughing and eyes being feeling a little itchy. Unfortunately, that is the case in the Comas, Venice, and Manasota beaches, and even Coquina and Lido beaches now indicating slight amount of irritants in the air. Now, the good thing is that we will have a rather sustained easterly wind flow for several days in a row, so that will help to kind of push things out to sea and away from the beaches. However, each and every afternoon, I think we'll probably develop a little bit of a sea breeze for a few hours, and that may help to reverse the situation as well. So we'll just keep monitoring this because these areas of higher concentrations of irritants in the air shift. They kind of ebb and flow and move from different places. So visit beaches.org will give you the latest, or go to mysuncoast.com. We'll have more there as well. We have a little bit of dry air still located over Florida. That's solid. But look back here. This is the place where we'll see our weekend weather coming out of the western Gulf waters. Upper level area of disturbed weather kind of inducing concentrations of moisture back there. And in fact, some showery activity and cloud cover as well. Now, we don't get that today. Today we get a lot of sunshine across the peninsula, warm temperatures compared to yesterday, just a lovely day. But as we head into tomorrow, we'll start to notice a little bit of cloudiness increasing, and then as we head into tomorrow night, we'll probably see a few of these showers work their way closer to us. Some computer models are indicating heavier rains to the north of us. Some computer models are pushing those rains a little further south, closer to us. I think we'll probably get a total rainfall amount in the vicinity of 1/4 inch to 1/2 inch, and that'll be mostly at night. And they'll pass on through, and Sunday will look great. We'll look for an east-southeast wind shifting west today at about 5 to 10 knots. Pretty nice day for boating, and the official Suncoast forecast calls for a continuation of warmer temperatures as we head into the weekend, close to 80 by Sunday after those weekend showers. Could be some thunderstorms on Wednesday. Some of those could be strong. We'll be watching for that, you guys.
All right, thanks so much, John. Taking a look at your Suncoast roadways this morning. Skyway Bridge has a little bit of congestion on it, but Bradenton moving towards that direction, 301 and State Road 70's got a little bit of congestion in both the north and south, or east and west bound lanes, on I-70. So keep an eye out for that. Moving towards Sarasota County, traffic not a whole lot going on in that direction. We do have a live look at Bee Ridge Road and Shade Avenue. There is a major construction area in that vicinity, so keep an eye out for that project and construction workers. But not a whole lot going on, pretty quiet this morning. No cars on the roadways. And in South County, not a whole lot going on as you head out the door. Well, as the number of children in foster care continues to grow, the Manatee Community Foundation remains focused on their goal to combat the issue.
Yeah, due to a sharp rise in drug overdoses, more foster homes are now needed. The Manatee Community Foundation has been awarded a grant to make a plan to combat this issue. They plan to release a strategy in April. State records show last year alone, they removed 400 children from unfit homes in Manatee County alone.
And one of those events is the Superhero Fun Run this weekend. The event is aimed at raising awareness of the local need for foster parents. You can participate in the event for $50 by registering at 6 a.m. on Saturday morning before the race begins at Nathan Benderson Park. This year marks the 6th time the run has been held. And as we speak of foster care, one man is being celebrated for going above and beyond as a foster dad, receiving praise for taking care of terminally ill children.
In fact, without him, many would never know a family. It's a story of faith and caring and compassion. I love these stories. Jory Rand has it for us.
Hi, my baby.
For the last 22 years, an angel has been living in Azusa.
They're gonna give me a smile.
Mohammed Bazik has been caring for terminally ill children in the LA County foster system since 1995. For the last 6 years, he's cared for his foster daughter. She's blind and deaf, has very little brain function, and any day could be her last.
I know they need somebody. I know there is not many people for them.
When new parents learn their baby won't live long, oftentimes they either can't afford to or choose not to take care of them.
They put them in a facility or say in the hospital. They never have family. I will take them and they have family. And when they die with their family.
More than 40 dying children have spent time under Bazik's roof, 10 of them dying right here in his home.
For some kids, they hit me so hard, I was crying for 3 days.
Does it ever make you think about not fostering another?
No, because I know these kids need people like us, you know.
Bazik moved to the U.S. from Libya in 1978. He and his late wife began fostering kids in 1989, and they soon transitioned to the terminally ill. The demand is great, and he is the only one doing it in L.A. County.
We currently have about 600 children that are medically fragile, but what he does is unique, caring for those whose time may in fact be limited.
But it has taken its toll on Bazik and his 19-year-old son, currently a student at Citrus College. Taking care of the dying can be a 24-hour-a-day job.
I'm sorry. I sleep next to her. She moves or she's up, I'm up. You can't take a chance because if she chokes, she could die. 6 years. Never have 1 day off.
That must be incredibly hard.
What can I do?
Amazing man.
No words. I can't even imagine having to do that and having to see children pass away and be able to still take care of them. That's tugs at your heart a little bit.
That certainly does, certainly does. 5:23 right now, off to a chilly start on this Friday morning.
But still ahead on Good Morning Suncoast, Forbes' World's Most Admired Companies list is out. You've got to see who's coming in at the top.
And next half hour, a new selfie stick? That's true. Stay with us.
Nope, you will not find this species of owl up in a tree. He's a burrowing owl and he digs tunnels underground. There is one place in Florida you will sure spot them, and we'll take you there this week on Animal Outtakes.
Luxury for less at Alex Karras Lincoln. Drive a brand new 2017 Lincoln MKZ Sports Utility for $249 per month or a 2017 MKZ for $299 per month. We are proud to introduce the newest addition to the Lincoln lineup, the all-new 2017 Lincoln Continental. We have a great selection and ready for immediate delivery. Alex Karras Lincoln, affordable luxury, winner of the prestigious 2015 President's Award, serving Florida's Suncoast since 1978. We're located 2 miles north of the Sarasota-Bradenton Airport on US 41.
Cancer does change people's lives. It is frightening. The treatment for fear is hope.
And what works for you is not necessarily going to work for somebody else. It does take a whole team. This is a facility that really cares about the outcome of the patients. So our job at Sarasota Memorial Hospital is to meet the needs of that individual any way we need to meet them.
Come out to the best party of the season, the Goodwill Mardi Gras Gala on February 28th at Michael's on E. Tickets at experiencegoodwill.org.
Hurry in to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota for big savings on some of America's best vehicles. Come shop the Suncoast's largest selection of new Jeep Wranglers. Get all the safety and security of a new Dodge Journey for as little as $16,599. Or stop by today and drive away in a 2017 Jeep Patriot for just $15,999. Better prices, bigger selection. Go to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota today.
.47 degrees at 5:25 on this Friday morning.
Oh, too cold for me. Grab a warm cup of coffee and listen to the news.
Ready.
Well, this morning, many wireless companies rather, are revamping unlimited plans. This is just days after Verizon rolled out a new plan for consumers.
Candace Gibson and Adrian Bankert have details of this one.
In today's Tech Bites, all in when it comes to the wireless wars. AT&T is the latest to join Verizon in offering unlimited data plans to all wireless customers.
Sprint now says it's cutting prices on its unlimited plans, and T-Mobile upgrades its plans today. Fortune's new list of most admired companies includes several tech giants in the top 10.
For the 10th year in a row, Apple is #1. Amazon is second. Also in the top 10, Google's parent company, Alphabet, in 7th. Facebook and Microsoft tied at 9.
And finally, a town in the Netherlands is using lights to get the attention of smartphone users who are constantly looking down.
So it's a fascinating idea. The lights are embedded into the ground at crosswalks, and they emit that green or red light that you see there, depending on the traffic light signals. Some have criticized the system for rewarding bad behavior.
Yeah, others would say it's keeping everybody safer.
Yes, those are your Tech Bites.
Tech Bites, brought to you by Macy's.
Some prove age is not a limit.
I'm excited to continue embracing the unknown.
I fight more than ever for my charity.
The more I live, the younger I am.
Advanced Genifique by Lancôme. Every serum drop infuses youthful radiance throughout the skin. Patented until 2029. Advanced Genifique. Lancôme. Customize your free 7B's gift. Available now at Macy's.
Maybe you don't need your A game today. You can bring your B game instead. You're just subbing for Mrs. Tyndall's 5th grade class. Yeah, that's not gonna work. Bring out your best you with the refreshing taste of Tropicana.
If your sneezes are a force to be reckoned with, you may be muddling through allergies. Try Zyrtec for powerful allergy relief. And Zyrtec is different than Claritin because it starts working faster on the first day you take it. Try Zyrtec. Muddle no more.
Check out My Suncoast Dining on mysuncoast.com for Chef Judy's favorite recipes, restaurant guide, and more. Go to mysuncoast.com/dining.
They're coming from Tampa, Fort Myers, even Orlando. They're coming from everywhere for the Sarasota Ford Promise. Our promise means a new car you'll love. If not, return it for one you do. At Sarasota Ford, we promise live market pricing. We monitor national pricing on our entire inventory, so you get the best deal. In fact, we guarantee it. Bring us any competitor's ad, and we'll beat it by at least $1,000. That's why they're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, where 41 meets 301. SarasotaFord.com.
If you've ever had a bad night's sleep, call and price the new Craftmatic Legacy. It has so much more than other adjustables and still costs up to 50% less. Featuring a rising adjustable pillow rest to support your head, neck, and shoulders, bedside power plugs, under-bed night lights, and more. So call and price one today for less. Up to 50% less than Tempur-Pedic, Sleep Number, and other adjustables.
You get so much more and it still costs less. You gotta see how little they cost.
Call 1-800-774-8103. That's 1-800-774-8103. Call now.
What does it mean when New South Window says Factory Direct?
It means we have a factory.
It means we eliminate the middleman.
It means you get an award-winning, energy-efficient window at factory direct pricing.
Plus, New South windows are made in Florida.
Ford Florida Home.
By Florida workers. Because we know Florida weather.
Right now, buy 2 windows, get the 3rd free, plus our lifetime warranty. New South Window. We manufacture, we install, we guarantee. Call now.
I won Cash for Life from the Florida Lottery! So I get
a day every day for the rest of my life. Day 1, bought a pony. We're best buds. Day 7, this is crazy. Another day, another grand. This one's on me. Then Mom said, better save some. And another grand, share the love. I don't even play this thing, but I got a bunch. And another grand, and another grand, another grand, another grand. Let's do it again tomorrow.
With a prize of $1,000 a day for life, the new Cash for Life draw game is your ticket to a grand day every day.
There's a whole new way to bank at Achieva Credit Union with Achieva Checking Plus. Get new unique features like full ID theft protection and online shopping rewards. Plus, it's an interest-bearing account, so you have a little extra for what really matters. Achieva Checking Plus isn't just an account for your money, it's for your life, including cell phone insurance. And that's good to know. Discover the plus at achievacu.com. Achieva, banking for good. Achieva Credit Union is federally insured by the NCUA.
Car experts and customers agree. There's a whole lot to love about a new Subaru. Subaru offers more 2016 IIHS Top Safety Pick Plus winners than any other brand. And Subaru had the best resale value of all brands for 2016. Now you can lease a new Subaru Forester for just $209 a month or get 0% financing during the Subaru True Love event. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
Coming up on Good Morning Suncoast, President Trump heading to Florida, but controversy over his first press conference is following him.
An alleged plot against Target stores, why police say some products were to become explosive devices.
Plus, one veteran is suffering after trying to do a good deed. The rescue, he believes, was worth it.
Live from the ABC 7 studios, this is Good Morning Suncoast. We're here for you.
We begin with a pretty shot of Sarasota Bay as we looked west. You see the flickering lights in the distance of Longboat Key. We see you out there, Sarasota Bay, and then into Van Wezel. You can see that if you look at the left side of your screen, about mid-screen there, and that's 10th Street looking toward 41. As you wake up on this Friday morning, 5:32. Glad you're with us. I'm Ray Collins.
And I'm Jacqueline Matters. Certainly looks quiet out there on this Friday morning, but much different scene in just a few hours. And it's a little chilly out there. You might want to bring a coat if you're heading out the door. Let's check in with John Scalzi.
Yeah, what Tower Cam doesn't have is a microphone, so you can't hear the chattering of the teeth. That's what's not going on. It's chilly out there this morning. We have some temperatures that are really kind of cool. We've got 43 degrees in Mayaca, 40 in Arcadia. Definitely have heat on in those locations. Perry's coming in at 47. Those temperatures actually are chilly enough that, and the dew points are low enough that when you heat that air, you have desert-like conditions in your home. That's how dry it gets. Across the region, big ridge of high pressure continues to provide us with cloud-free skies. That means heating will take place pretty quickly this morning, and our cool temperatures to start the day will end up being actually warmer than they were yesterday, with daytime highs in the low 70s. We'll look for a 2 p.m. temperature of about 70. We'll top it out at about 72 to 74 with lots of sun around. Weekend looks nice too, but we do have a chance of showers. We'll talk about that coming up in a few.
All right, thank you, John. Let's check the Suncoast traffic right now as you wake up on this Friday morning. Nothing to report right now in Manatee besides a bit of a slowdown just east of 301 on State Road 70 in both directions. As we head farther south now into Sarasota County, a little bit of a slowdown on 41 as you head northbound out of the downtown area. We've got a live shot to show you right now of a busy spot, of course, Bee Ridge Road. Not a lot of traffic right now, but this is where a major construction project is going on at Shade right there, and that's been a real problem for a lot of merchants there along that road, and we'll have updates of it throughout the day. And heading down to South County, nothing to report. There is a kind of a stray little slowdown if you go east on State Road 72 in the top right portion of your screen. For some reason, heading towards Sarasota is a little slow right now on State Road 72. I was kind of curious. Maybe a cow is crossing the road there.
Well, I was going to mention that slowdown off of 41 in South Sarasota. I ran into that this morning as I was heading into work at 4 o'clock, and there's some construction going on in that direction, so keep an eye out. I know I didn't notice that there were some construction workers over there, so definitely slow down. Make sure you're paying attention if you are heading out the door and crossing through that area this morning.
Good advice, yeah.
Well, topping our news this half hour, President Trump is traveling to Charleston, South Carolina to meet with Boeing's CEO before he heads to Florida. Now, this comes just a day after his feisty and lengthy first solo news conference since taking office.
Yeah, for over an hour, he mentioned his ratings, not being a bad guy, and looked for reporters who would ask easier questions. Stephanie Ramos has more from Washington.
President Trump playing defense and offense during a freewheeling and at times combative East Room press conference.
The press honestly is out of control.
The event initially to announce a new nominee for Labor Secretary, former U.S. Attorney and now law school dean Alexander Acosta.
I think he'll be a tremendous Secretary of Labor.
Quickly turned to his accomplishments in the White House so far, despite the high drama we've seen in less than a month. The firing of his national security advisor, his travel ban struck down by the courts, his confrontations with U.S. allies.
This administration is running like a fine-tuned machine.
The president bouncing from leaks of classified material, blaming the intelligence community.
Those are criminal leaks.
To Russia.
I have nothing to do with Russia.
And again, boasting about his election win in November.
We got 306. I guess it was the biggest electoral college win since Ronald Reagan.
The problem, that's not true. Presidents Obama, Clinton, and the first President Bush all won with more electoral votes than President Trump. As another reporter pointed out, Trump's numbers were wrong.
I was given that information. I've seen.
And then this exchange with a reporter from American Urban Radio Networks.
Are you going to include the CBC, Mr. President, in your conversations with your urban agenda, your inner city agenda, as well as...
Am I going to include
Are you
who?
going to include the Congressional Black Caucus and the Congressional
Well, I
Hispanic
would.
Caucus,
I tell you what. Do you want to set up the meeting? Do you want to set up the meeting?
No.
Are they friends of yours?
I'm just a reporter.
No, set up the meeting.
I know some of them, but I'm sure
Let's
they're
go.
watching
Set up
right
a
now.
meeting. I would love to meet with the Black Caucus. I think it's great.
That exchange getting a lot of attention this morning. The question came as a shock to members of the Congressional Black Caucus who say they reached out to President Trump but got no response. The CBC says they would never expect a reporter, no matter their race, to set up that meeting. Stephanie Ramos, ABC News, Washington.
Police arrest a man for allegedly plotting to bomb Target stores, including here in Florida.
Officials say 48-year-old Mark Barnett paid a man $10,000 to put the bombs on shelves in stores from New York to Florida. Those bombs were disguised in food packaging like breakfast snacks and pasta boxes. Police say Barnett wanted to make Target stocks drop so that he could buy cheap shares and then make money when values rose again. The man surrendered the explosives to authorities, and prosecutors say the bombs could have caused serious injury and property damage. New developments this morning involving the suspect in the shooting rampage at Fort Lauderdale Hollywood International Airport.
His lawyers now say Esteban Santiago is mentally competent to stand trial. Defense attorneys told a federal judge he understands court proceedings and can assist in his own defense. Santiago is accused of flying from Alaska to Florida last month and shooting at a baggage claim in the airport. Police say he killed 5 people and injured 6 others. If convicted, Santiago could face the death penalty. A good Samaritan tried to stop 3 men from torturing a turtle, and he was almost killed in the process. Gary Ball came out of his house in Daytona Beach to stop the incident, and he says instead they turned their attention toward him.
It started hitting the back of my head and started punching me. I was able to fend off a little bit, but I mean, 3 of them got the better of me.
Certainly did. His wife called 911 while the 3 took off. He suffered serious injuries. Here they are. Police arrested 3 guys, ages 23 to 16. We can show you 2 of them. Charges include aggravated battery and animal cruelty.
In other state news this morning, 2016 was a record year for Florida's tourism industry. Governor Rick Scott announced this week that tourism statewide has brought in $109 billion to Florida and supported 1.4 million jobs. But while tourism numbers are up, the governor is in a dispute with fellow lawmakers over the 2 agencies in charge of tourism and economic development. Speaker of the House Richard Corcoran is leading the movement to do away with Visit Florida and Enterprise Florida, releasing a scathing YouTube video accusing those agencies of foolish spending and corruption. Visit Florida came under fire after paying the rapper Pitbull $1 million to promote Florida beaches. Meanwhile, Governor Rick Scott has been canvassing the state this week, holding roundtables with local tourism and economic development groups, drumming up support for those agencies.
Our tourism numbers up, make the nexus and the causation between tourism and what we're spending.
Maybe they don't have to hire famous rappers, but to cut advertising, it would be ridiculous.
A House measure to abolish Enterprise Florida and Visit Florida will be heard by the House Appropriations Committee this Tuesday. Meanwhile, a federal appeals court has cleared the way for Florida doctors to talk with patients about whether they own guns. The 11th U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals ruled this week that key provisions of a 2011 law that restricted such speech were in violation of the First Amendment. Originally, that law prohibited doctors from asking patients about gun ownership unless it was medically necessary. Doctors say asking about guns is a safety issue and could save lives. And one more big decision in Tallahassee came down yesterday. A high court ruling that the Florida law that requires women to see a doctor 24 hours before having an abortion will not be enforced. The state Supreme Court's ruling upholds a lower court decision that blocks the law from going into effect. Now, Governor Rick Scott signed the waiting period into law in 2015, and it was quickly blocked by a lower court after the ACLU sued. But an appeals court lifted the injunction a year ago, and the law was in effect until the Supreme Court temporarily blocked it 2 months later.
On to consumer news now this morning. A warning for new parents and grandparents as well. A company called Britax is recalling some 700,000 strollers that car seats can fall off. Britax has received 26 reports of children getting hurt after car seats detach from the stroller. The U.S. Consumer Product Safety Commission says customers should stop attaching the strollers to the car seats and contact the company for possible repairs. Free meals coming back to some Delta flights. Starting March 1st, the airline will offer food to passengers on some cross-country flights between New York, L.A., and San Francisco. Delta will also add free meals to other longer domestic routes as well. The inventor of the original selfie stick is launching a new version of the product. This lets you attach your phone or camera to any vertical surface, and it can still operate with a remote control. Selfie sticks have sold, ready for this, $80 million worldwide. So if you invented a selfie stick, you'd be worth $80 million right now.
You know, I actually think I used to use selfie sticks when I was out in the field, sometimes reporting, because that's if you're doing a Facebook Live video or something like that, it is very hard to have to try and use it with your, just your arm space.
Well, so very handy. I mean, and then otherwise, if you're out, with somebody to say to a stranger, could you take a picture for us?
True.
You have to decide who you want to take your picture.
Yeah.
That's always strange.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm always honored when someone asks me to take their picture. It means I look trustworthy.
There you go. Well, I always offer to people. I see people all the time with their families in a big group. I'm like, hey, I'll take a picture of you guys if you can take a picture of me and my friends.
Yeah, a little round robin.
Yeah, exactly.
Good idea.
Well, in Manatee County, Drug-Free Manatee is hosting several public training sessions on how to use Narcan, an antidote that helps reverse the effects of an overdose. Now, that medication is also known as naloxone. The training is being provided to combat the record number of drug overdoses throughout the county. State officials say it's helping save several lives.
State police are still trying to sort out a fatal crash that happened last week on University Parkway. They say 20-year-old Katerina Huffman was driving eastbound when she lost control and veered into oncoming traffic. She was hit by 4 oncoming vehicles. Huffman was pronounced dead at the scene, and police are still trying to figure out just what happened a week ago. Looks like a lovely young person.
I actually knew her. I did beauty pageants with her. So
you knew her?
Yes, yeah. She was a judge in one of the beauty pageants I competed in when I was younger. So.
Is that right?
Yeah, it was kind of hard to see that when I saw that on the news on our own station. I didn't know that she lived here locally until I saw that and was kind of shocked.
Small world. Yeah, very sad story. All right, 5:43 right now. If you like seafood, this weekend, the annual fishing festival in Cortez.
Steamed clams and bluegrass bands are just a couple of the many things that you can enjoy if you plan to head out tomorrow. Now in its 35th year, the 2-day festival is taking place at the historic Cortez Village along North Sarasota Bay. Funds from the event will go to a nonprofit organization that helps protect sensitive mangrove wetlands. At that event, volunteers will also be providing tours of the restored Cortez Cultural Center. It all starts at 10 o'clock tomorrow morning.
That is a great festival. That's old Florida.
Yes, it is.
Cortez Fishing Village.
Yeah,
Love it.
If you've never been there, that is really a fascinating place to go. And of course, it has its own history in our literature as well.
Right.
So kind of an interesting spot to visit. We have some pleasant weather shaping up for those outdoor activities. We'll talk about that in a sec.
All right, still ahead, flu season, it's coming. Coming up next in Health Smart.
Go ahead. Make a fashion statement. Demand something more than just ordinary. Capture elegance in every turn and drive with flair. Where beautiful styling is standard. Stop in and take a test drive. I'll guarantee you'll never go back to plain vanilla again. The all-new 2017 Fiat 500, starting at $14,999. Only at Sunset Fiat in Sarasota.
Outdoor living is one of the greatest perks about living in Florida. So whether this is your style, or this, or maybe this, contact Superior Pools. They've been building pools from Sarasota to Naples since 2001, and they would love to build yours.
Join us for Sarasota Opera's 2017 Winter Festival, opening February 11th. Featuring Puccini's most famous opera, Madame Butterfly, Rossini's delightful comedy, The Italian Girl in Algiers, Poulenc's heartbreaking Dialogues of the Carmelites, and the medieval thriller The Love of Three Kings by Italo Montemezzi. Tickets are on sale now. Call 941-328-1300 or visit sarasotaopera.org.
Shop the President's Day event at Bacon's Furniture, where you'll find beautiful furnishings for your home at prices you will love. Look for the red tags for 20, 40, up to 70% off throughout the showroom. Save an additional 20% off our already low sale prices on Thomasville furniture. And don't forget, Bacon's has hundreds of items in stock and ready for immediate delivery. So this President's Day, shop the store that gives you more. Bacon's Furniture and Design in Sarasota. Nobody beats Bacon's.
You can do something about a crime, any crime, and you can receive a reward of up to $3,000 cash. Call Crime Stoppers with information about criminal activity, unsolved crimes, drug dealers, fugitive criminals, stolen property, illegal weapons. Call 366-TIPS. You will remain anonymous. Visit SarasotaCrimeStoppers.com. Download the Crime Stoppers P3 mobile app from the Apple iTunes Store or Google Play. Call Crime Stoppers 366-TIPS. Paid for by the Attorney General's Office, Crime Stoppers Trust Fund.
What to do when your heating or air conditioning needs service or, heaven forbid, replacement? Call Air Now today. We've been serving Sarasota and Manatee County since 1946. We offer $49.95 tune-ups, lease or finance options, and remember, service today or it's free.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
Luxury for less at Alex Karras Lincoln. Drive a brand new 2017 Lincoln MKZ Sports Utility for $249 per month or a 2017 MKZ for $299 per month. We are proud to introduce the newest addition to the Lincoln lineup, the all-new 2017 Lincoln Continental. We have a great selection and ready for immediate delivery. Alex Karras Lincoln, affordable luxury, winner of the prestigious 2015 President's Award, serving Florida's Suncoast since 1978. We're located 2 miles north of the Sarasota-Bradenton Airport on US 41.
Now, the official Suncoast weather with ABC 7 meteorologist John Scalzi.
Current air temperatures outside are cold. There's just no other way to say it. I mean, by Florida standards, at this time of year, we're running below average by about 5 degrees. So 47 degrees in Sarasota with a dew point of 44. That dry air allowing the nighttime temperatures to fall off pretty quickly. But it will also allow, with a very clear sunny sky coming our way, it will also allow those cool temperatures to warm up very fast. That's what dry air does. Cools off fast, warms up fast. And that's what's headed our way this morning. East-northeast wind coming in at about 3 across the region. We've got 46 in Mayaca, Arcadia at 46, Wauchula at 46, 47s in Bradenton and Parrish and Sarasota, 48 Lakewood Ranch, Northport the same, 43 degrees in Punta Gorda. 42 degrees in Venice, 52 degrees in Venice, 53 in Inglewood, and 55 degrees at Longboat Key. So a lot of blue sky across the state of Florida yesterday. Same thing again today. I don't see too much difference between yesterday's weather and today's weather, other than the winds will be lighter and the wind direction will change just a bit to aid in the warming of the temperatures in the afternoon. So we'll be a little bit warmer today than we were yesterday. Now, look back to the west. A keen eye will kind of make out a little bit of a spin that's going on right in this area over Texas. That's an upper level feature, and this water vapor imagery is really good for showing you swirls and motions in the river of air above us. And that little swirl is the low pressure area that's beginning to develop. It's tapping into Gulf moisture, and it's producing some scattered showers and even a thunderstorm or two back to the west. Now, you won't notice it today. Today, you have plenty of blue sky out there, high pressure firmly in control. There'll be no issues whatsoever. But with time, as we head over the next 24 hours, we'll watch that high pressure ridge move east. Winds will shift to the east as well. That'll warm things up, but the shifting of that high will allow that low to progress toward us. And as it does so, this line of showers and maybe even a thunderstorm or two will gradually drift closer to the state of Florida and provide us with a Saturday night, most likely Saturday night, could be Saturday evening, shower, maybe a thunderstorm, and then we'll see some clearing take place on Sunday, and Sunday looks to be a pretty decent day. So, sunny skies today, low relative humidity, slightly warmer than we saw yesterday, and we wait for Saturday as that system approaches. Timing, well, the rainfall futurecast shows clear skies today, an increasing in cloud cover as we head into tomorrow, and then these showers coming through late in the evening on Saturday and into Sunday morning. Clearing out pretty early on Sunday, probably around sunrise, and I think the day on Sunday is going to end up being very pleasant indeed. Forecast for boaters today looks nice. East-southeast wind shifting to the west at about 5 to 10 knots today. We'll have a daytime high tomorrow that'll be even warmer than today, and then we'll watch for that overnight shower Saturday night into Sunday. Sunday will be pretty close to the 80 mark. Back to you.
Very nice. Thank you, John. Checking Suncoast traffic right now in Manatee County. A little slowdown there on 301 northbound, just south of 70. Otherwise, nothing too major to report. In Sarasota County, usual slowdowns in certain spots as we see it this time of day. And heading toward South County, nothing to report as you wake up right now at 5:52 on this Friday morning.
In your Health Smart this morning, it's officially flu season, and if you have not yet been vaccinated, well, doctors say you still have time. While many purposely choose not to vaccinate, doctors recommend getting it sooner rather than later, as research shows that people who delay getting it early on often don't get it at all during the year. Now, this year, experts are also especially optimistic on this season's flu shot, saying it has so far been a good match when it comes to predicting flu patterns. They say there are A strains and also B strains, but it doesn't mean that they run in any particular order for the flu strains that are circulating.
The terms that we use, influenza A, influenza B, refer to the types of strains, and they're not sequential. A and B can be circulating at the same time.
Doctors also say that many seasonal viral illnesses tend to peak around the same time as the flu, so if you do get sick, sometimes it's difficult to determine which virus is to blame. Well, still ahead on Good Morning Suncoast, NASA asking for your help to find new planets. How you can aid in that search, coming up next.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. And services.com, A-N-D, services.com.
What does it mean when New South Window says Factory Direct?
It means we have a factory. It means we eliminate the middleman.
It means you get an award-winning, energy-efficient window at factory direct prices.
Plus, New South windows are made in Florida.
For Florida home.
By Florida workers, because we know Florida weather.
Right now, buy 2 windows, get the 3rd free, plus our lifetime warranty. New South Window, we manufacture, we install, we guarantee. Call now.
How hard is it to stop a stroke? It is challenging, it is difficult, and every second counts. A comprehensive stroke center gives the patient a better chance to walk out with minimal to no disability. We are able to offer treatments above and beyond the standard 3 hours after the onset of a stroke. A place like Sarasota Memorial Hospital really increases those chances of giving back a better quality of life.
I
the rest of my life. Day 1, bought a pony, we're best buds. Day 7, this is crazy! Another day, another grand. This one's on me. Then Mom said, better save some. And another grand, share the love. I don't even play this thing, but I got a bunch. And another grand, and another grand, another grand, another grand. Let's do it again tomorrow.
With a prize of $1,000 a day for life, the new Cash for Life draw game is your ticket to a grand day every day.
Come out to the best party of the season, the Goodwill Mardi Gras Gala on February 28th at Michael's on E. Tickets at experiencegoodwill.org.
Car experts and customers agree. There's a whole lot to love about a new Subaru. Subaru was named the 2016 Best Overall Brand, Most Trusted, and Best Performance Brand by Kelley Blue Book. And ALG named Subaru its top mainstream brand for residual value for 2016. Now you can lease a new Subaru Outback for just $229 a month or get 0% financing during the Subaru True Love event. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
Since 1928, Karastan has been setting the standard in carpets and rugs, producing non-allergenic wools that won't promote the growth of bacteria or dust mites like other carpets will. Karastan wools actively remove contaminants from the indoor air, making your home healthier. And there are many colors and patterns and textures to choose from. Come see for yourself.
So many possibilities worth exploring. Minnesota Flooring. For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. And services.com, AND services.com.
Well, NASA believes there's a new 9th planet out there. Take a look at this, and they want you to help find it. Check this out. It's the Zooniverse Space Project site that has launched a NASA-funded feature called Backyard Worlds Planet 9. It lets anyone participate in the search for the not yet discovered planet. The goal, to pinpoint real moving celestial objects to be shared until a planet is found.
I will defer to scientist Scalzi on this story.
Right. What are your thoughts on this?
I'm not sure what they're talking about there. I know that it's very difficult. There is another planet that they're finding because of gravity fields and such, and they know it must be out there, but they're having a hard time finding it because it's so small and dark. But they are, trying to hunt it down. And I guess are they asking us to share our computer time like SETI did on our computers with an app or something? I'm not sure.
Let's go with that. We've got one more full hour of news and weather after this. Stay with us.